All right, welcome everybody. This is the 22nd August here. Hey, what's up, Dustin? So we will do a simulation here. The simulation is going to be on basically. So we're going to choose a pair. A pair is going to be maybe GPJPY, Euro JPY, or maybe gold. And then the main things that we're going to be looking at it would be the zones on the high time frames, and then following up with the zones on the lower time frames. I think that's gonna be a pretty good exercise here. So without further ado, let me just bring up my browser over here. Let me just close all windows. All right, close everything, and you guys can see my browser, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna choose like probably 10 dates from here. We're gonna go towards April. We're gonna go 2018 till July 30th. Sundays. Man, this simulation, this software has really helped my trading a lot, because I can basically go back and simulate what I want to simulate, like, New York sessions or Asian sessions or whatever the case may be. All right, so we got 10 dates over here. Let's go with December or June, yeah, June 2019. Yeah, let's do June 2019 because we're in August, so it kind of like makes sense too. So let's go June 2019. So 30th June 2019. So let's close this browser here. 30th June 2019. Which pair should we do here? Let's do, we got GU, GJ, EJ, we got gold. GU, GU is going to be hard. GU is going to be hard because when you're trading the New York session, the only reason GU is going to be hard is because, in the New York session, GU is influenced by the pound and it's influenced by the US dollar. We're getting a lot of GJ. Let's do EJ. Let's do EJ for a change. Yeah, let's do EJ for a change. The principles are all the same, trust me. Principles are all the same. It's just like different volatility, different volume and stuff like that. So let's do EJ over here. So we're going to choose EJ. We're going to go towards June 2019, the 30th. We're going to start with, let's start with 5,000. Yeah, oh, $1,000? All right, let's start with $1,000. Start with $1,000, New York close, leverage, let's do like 500 leverage. Let's do 150 days in the history. And yeah, let's start it. Oh, where are my charts? Oh, right here. All right, so we want the weekly chart, we want the daily chart, want the 4-hour, want the 1-hour, 30-minute, and then we got 15-minute right over here. Okay, so slowly we're going to start opening the time frames. 15, 30, 1 hour, 4-hour, daily, weekly. Perfect. So got the time frames. Bring out the naked charts over here. We're going to do naked charts. So we're going to try to flip the $1,000 over here. I think Thursday and Friday trades, we're going to try to like full margin or like over margin the trades. But at the same time, we're going to make sure that we don't take any dumb trades, right? So we got to make sure that we stay in line with our rules here and everything that we basically understand about price action. All right. So first things first. First thing is we're going to move on to our the NY Open. No, actually pre-NY, right? So we're going to move to our pre-NY here. So we're going to take a look at the daily, weekly here. So we got, this is 1000 hours. 1000 hours is 3 a.m. Eastern, right? 3 a.m. Eastern is, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern. All right, so we're looking at the weekly here, right? Weekly kind of like tells us that there is some sort of, all right, let me just bring up my charts. Oh, no, not charts. We got to bring up my Line studies? Yeah, line studies. So we got resistance right here on the weekly, and then we got support right here at the weekly. Like, so this support, I'm establishing this support based on the fact that we had a bearish candle and then we had a bullish candle, so a support has been formed. And then we got another support down over here. Now, obviously, if you measure the ranges, these are pretty big ranges, like 200 pips almost over here, and then almost like, 70, 80 pips down over here. So these are pretty big ranges. So when you have bigger ranges, you go down to a smaller time frame. So right now on the weekly, of course, you can say there's a bias, but we broke down this area here, gap down, and yada, 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 whatever. So let's go towards the daily here. Now, once we're looking at the daily now, what we see on the daily is that, let me just scale fix this issue over, scale fix, and kind of do it like this. All right. So when we're looking on the daily, we see this candle going bearish, right? So whenever candles are going bearish, you always have to look to see, okay, why? When do candles go bearish? Candles go bearish when they reject a resistance. So maybe this is a resistance right up over here. You see this resistance here, 129, 120, 122, 950. That's a resistance we rejected. And then there's another support. So when we're looking for supports, maybe this is going to be a support. And then once we're reading the candles, we see that this candle came up. This candle closed like a small bullish candle, and the candle after that it closed like a bullish candle here too. So maybe they formed some sort of a support down over here at 122.460. We're like, okay, perfect. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame now. There was a gap. Yes, there was a gap. There was a gap here, which we will see on the small time frames, and then we'll see. Ironically, now I guess we can see how we can incorporate this gap into our trading right now. So when we're looking on the 4-hour, we have some more information now. So let me just scale fix this right here. Can we make this box smaller? Oh no, that's it, right? Can't make it any more smaller. Wish I had my 4K monitor here too. Anyway, all right. So where's my arrow here? So basically what we had here was, this is where the market closed, right? And this is where a resistance was formed, right over here at this point. This is where the resistance was formed. And let me just mark this area with a tiny box over here so that on smaller time frames we'll have some more information. So we got this. Let's remove the arrow. So that's where the resistance was formed. And then when market opened on Sunday, price gapped up over here. Actually, price gapped up right over here. And then we had, no, actually price gapped up down here, moved up, and then came down. When it came down, it also respected the resistance on your left-hand side, which is going to be somewhere right over here. We respected this, and candle came down, and now it's closing bearish, and now we have to analyze that, okay, what's happening right now. So the current 4-hour candle is coming down, which means it's going bearish. So whenever a candle is going bearish, you need to see that, okay, where will it go down to? When candles move bearish, they go towards a support, right? So if this candle is going bearish, I guess this is the support it may be coming into. So now what we'll do is we're going to go to the 1-hour time frame, like the smaller time frame, and then we're going to see that if we do find some more information or not. So let me just copy these zones over to the 1-hour time frame. Now looking at the 1-hour, let me scale this here again. And if we zoom in a little bit, what we see on the 1-hour time frame is that we had some sort of a support, like resistance right at this point, 122.720, and then this area was respected as support, and now this candle is in this zone now. Now this is a range where price is in, right? Because you have a range from 122.720 down towards 122.500. So this is a range now. And if we measure this range is around 20 pips big, right? This is a 20 pip range. And now we got to see that, okay, so we got a support down over here, and then we got a resistance up over here. So now we have to see that, okay, what will happen if we break the support, right? So some people are saying it's at a minor zone right over here. Yeah, that's fine. We're looking at these two major zones. If we break through this support, this is the area where price may come down to in a 20 pip range. So I'm going to plot this area down here, support right over here. And then there's going to be another support, like a resistance way up over here. So this resistance, it's in a consolidation zone. So I guess at this point, we'll have to wait and see whether we break above 122.700 or we break below 122.500. So yeah, that's where we have to wait right now. So let's take a look at the news. We have no news. We have ISM news at around 10 a.m. Eastern, and yeah, I guess that's about it. So let's just play it and let's see what we can get over here. So price is just open right now. Let's take a look on the 30 minute. Let's clone everything here on the 30 minute. We go down to the 30 minute, and this is what we got on the 30 minute. On the 30 minute as well, price is just ranging over here. Yeah. So all we gotta do now is we just gotta wait. We gotta wait for either this support to break or actually, you know what? If we respect the high of the previous 1 hour candle, I think there's an opportunity to continue down, but still, there's not enough range. It just comes down to the fact that how willing we are to, like, take a position here. Um, does FX Simulator run on MT4 as well? Yes, this is MT4. I'm running an MT4 and it runs on MT4 perfectly. There's no problems. So yeah, right now we're just waiting. We're waiting to see if we kind of like break above or break below. Because if we break above, let's say 122,700, then there's going to be a very good trade to go up towards 122,900. I think that's going to be the trade we can basically look for. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hour is also coming back down in this range. Here's the thing about the 4 hour, right? If it's closing back in the range, maybe it did a fake out over here. But on the smaller time frames, if we see candles breaking the previous candle highs, then this is going to give us some confirmations that, okay, we maybe continue to go up. And if this candle breaks the high of the previous candle, then this is going to be a zone right over here. What's this question? Why not a zone at 122,850? 122,850. Because the thing is, this is our complete zone, right? I mean, you could say, okay, we have a zone at, you can say we have a zone like right over here, and then we have a zone like right over here, and then we have a zone like right over here, and right over here. So this way you can draw a lot of zones. You can have zones at every 15-minute candle close or every 30-minute candle close, but you have to identify where a solid range is going to be, right? So this area here at the top. This is our area of rejection because you see price between 122,900 and price like 900-ish. So candles came into this 900-ish area, rejected it. This one also rejected it. So it would make no sense to have a zone at 850 and then have a zone right over here. It's just gonna confuse you. So you have to have like a range of zones here. If you create resistance at 122,700, would you take? Yep, exactly. If a resistance is created here, then it's going to go down. Should we look for valid solid zones based on higher time frames? Yeah, so what's presented right now is what we're looking at. I mean, there's nothing else that we're looking at. We're only looking at what's presented right now. Candles in a range between 122,720 and 122,500, and that's it. We're waiting for price to break out of this range over here. So if this candle is going bullish, I'm looking at the most recent areas now, and looking at the most recent areas looking like it's creating a support down over here, on the 1 hour time frame, but it needs to kind of like close bullish, kind of like a strong bullish candle. So this 30-minute candle is about to close in 3, 2, 1. We got the 30-minute candle close. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute is at this rejection area here on the 1 hour. So we're going to continue on and we're going to see how this 1 hour candle closes, But I think if the 1 hour candle can close around 122, 700, 720, then I think there's a very high probability the price may continue up in this range. So that's something we're looking for. So this candle is also about to close. Let's take a look on the 15 minute. 15 minutes is trying to break up. 30-minute candle is also trying over here, and this 1 hour candle is about to close. In 3, 2. All right, so this is how the 1 hour candle closed, right? 1 hour candle closed at 122,730. So this, even though it closed with no wick on the top, I can just look at this and I can say, well, maybe like, maybe now we might continue on in this range. So now when we look on the 30-minute time frame, now notice how in the 1 hour time frame, the range, it's closing right at this range. But when you look on the 30-minute time frame, it's a little different, right? On 30-minute, we're getting these confirmations here. And if we kind of like remove this area and we zoom in, we can get some sort of these confirmations that, okay, maybe if the 30-minute was creating a support right over here, right? And then it was creating like a minor resistance right at this point. So now there's a high, so just by looking at this, right? Just by looking at this clean candles head to the left, what's the probability that price is going to go down? You know, that's all that you got to look at. You always have to see that, okay, if this is the time when there's going to be volume in the market, what's the probability price will go down? Someone said there's a high probability price will go down. I don't know how, but like the 30-minute candle closed bullish. You have a clean candle here to the left-hand side. You have this range to fill, and if you measure this range, this is going to be like a 16, 17 pip range. So I think this is going to be an area to probably take a buy position over here. Let our 2% risk. Our stop is going to be, what's the stop is going to be? Stop is going to be around like 7 pips. So we're going to put 7 over here, and yeah, I guess that's it. TP is going to be somewhere around in this 122, 870 area. I mean, it's quite a simple trade. Yeah, it's like a break above here and a retest. So, like if you're using, let's say, so now let's say if you're using dynamic risk, right? Let's say, okay, just for explanation purposes, I'm gonna say that in this trade we're gonna use 3% risk. So let's say if you're using dynamic risk, right? If you're using dynamic risk, as price is retracing, so let's say you only have 2% in. Now what you can do is you can probably say that, okay, now I can enter another, 1% and keeping my stop loss as 5 pips, that's below the 30-minute candle. And now basically I've effectively added my full 3% risk on this trade. So if price hits stop loss, you're going to lose 3%, because you've added a position there. What's this question here? When a high time frame candle closes right at resistance, we should look at the lower time frames to see whether it's more likely to go up or down, like you just. Yes, exactly. That's exactly true. All right, we're running at 12 pips and we're running at 11 pips. Probably going to close one position right over here. Gonna close partials. Gonna close 75%, and going to put stops at break even, and that's about it. And then we're going to let this run. It approached the resistance over here at this point. So at this point, if I have magic keys, I'm going to use magic keys to close another 50%. And that's it. Let the rust run. So if you look on the 1 hour, even though this candle had no wick on the top, but we saw confirmations on the 30-minute time frame that there was clean candles here to the left. Would this buy still have made sense once the first 30-minute candle closed outside of range, despite the 1 hour still open? No, because I guess you're talking about this 30-minute candle. It wouldn't have made sense because we see this rejection here. So the only problem was that if this candle came up, it could have rejected based on the previous rejection right over here. So that's why it was important to see a candle closing solid bullish out of that area. Because previously this candle also went up, but then it got rejected to come down. Doesn't that box usually grow account balance percentage growth? Yes. Oh, yeah, it shows that. It shows that right over here at the bottom. Oh, wow, look at that, man. It's running over here. So maybe if I look at the 15-minute time frame, maybe we can trail the stop loss. And this is going to be aggressive trailing stops because now I'm trying to trail it below the 15-minute candle. Usually, actually, you know what? Usually you trail it below the 30-minute time frame, like the 30-minute candle. And I guess, yeah, let's just wait for the 30-minute candle to form. And then we're going to trail the stop. With dynamic stop, how do you reduce losses? Well, you do the same things. If the candle is breaking the lows of the previous candles, then you just effectively close out percentage of a position. So yeah, the 30-minute candle just closed. So like for explanation purposes, let's just forward this 30-minute candle. See, this 30-minute candle closed bullish. So at this point, I'm going to trail my stop below the 30-minute candle right over here. And yeah, if I get stopped out, we got stopped out. But if it continues moving up, it continues moving up. And it's going to be a good day. So this is the New York Open now, right? With this New York Open, now you're expecting price to continue up to maybe fill this wick over here. You enter on retracement, and normally you will close half position on retracement. A bit confused about this. No, Lao Son, I think you need to watch the risk management section again twice. The retracement was just retracement. The thing is, if this candle broke the low of the previous candle, or if it broke the low on the smaller time frames, then I would have closed percentage of the position. But if it was still respecting the low of the previous candle, so that's why it would make sense to add a position right over here and keeping the stop loss the same. So this is a little advanced concept. So you need to have really strong understanding of dynamic risk and the risk management part 2.0 and 3.0. So yeah, that candle also closed bullish. So I guess we can trail the stop over here and call it a day right at this point. So maybe forward the candle a little bit and oh, it got stopped out. Perfect. So yeah, so this was one trade here for the day. They're around 5%. Well, we increased the risk a little bit, so it is what it is. But we're like mostly focus on why the positions are being taken, what's the confirmations, like like what's the entire reasoning. So let's move on to the next New York session right over here. And all right, let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hour is also closing bullish here, so yeah, it should continue on. Oh wow, damn, it's coming down. All right. So at this time, obviously we're not looking at the markets, but like if you are an overtrader or if you are a, like a not a good if you have bad discipline, man, you're looking at charts right at this point, and you're looking to see if price is going to go down based on this candle closing bearish over here on the 1 hour. And when we go next bar, oh, it doesn't go down. You get stopped out, and you're still playing. This is the London Open right over here. 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6. This is 6 a.m. Eastern, right? We are at 6 a.m. Eastern right now. This is a new day, a new trade, a new opportunity. Looking at the daily previous candle rejected this area, 122,950. Now, look at this, right? Last time in June, if you can see the dates at the bottom, last time in June when price came over here, price rejected this area and candle started falling down. Now, daily candle came up here again. Daily candle actually started to break above, but it rejected this area. So now, what's the probability that on the higher, so now this is where we will start visualizing the higher time frame, right? What's the probability that the higher time frame will continue moving down? I think it's a very high probability because we got rejected here before too. So now we got to look for confirmations on the smaller time frames, right? We know it's going to go down, but now we got to look for confirmations on the higher time frame, small time frames. Looking on the 4 hour, 4 hour candle is closing bullish, but it's also rejecting this previous support we had yesterday. Kind of rejecting this area. We're also creating a support down over here. Let's just clone this over to the smaller time frames. If you go down to the 1 hour, see this zone here in the middle? Probably going to remove the zone right from here. All right. So this area was respected as support. Price came up, and price kind of like, at the same time, I think we created this this resistance area right over here. Yeah, we created this kind of like resistance area right over here. So all this area is in like a resistance area here. Raja, the daily candle can go down, will be our foundation bias. Yes, that's going to be our bias. So now on the lower time frame, now when we look on the lower time frames, obviously we don't see a sell, we don't see a sell because candle closed bullish. But here's what's happening. Who thinks this could be, I mean, if the daily candles go down, what would you think we would need to see on these smaller time frames? Resistance, bear candle, fake out, fake out. Perfect. We need to see a fake out, and a fake out, this is what a fake out is. So let's say, you have a resistance right over here, and you have a support right over here. There's a big webinar on fake outs in the database as well. So after this, you guys can watch it if you haven't watched it. Basically, a fake out is where you have price consolidating at like a level resistance, right? And price bounces here and does whatever it wants to do, and it kind of like breaks up. Once it breaks up, it comes down to do a retest to continue up, but instead of continue up, it closes back in the range. So see what happened. Price consolidated, 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 rejected, and then it broke up right here, made a high, came down to create a support to continue going up. But if price could not continue going up, and if it's coming back down, right, that means that there's a very, very high probability that price will continue moving down. But if in case, let's say that, so this is the area right over here, right? Price was consolidating, 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 rejection, rejection, this candle broke out. Now, if we want to look for buys, I think a really good opportunity for buys would be, I would say, above this area right over here, because you have clean candles moving here, so you'll have a same clean move up over here. Right? Now, this is the point we're looking at two biases. We're looking at buys and we're looking at sells at the same time, because what if sells don't come up? Then you always have to know that, okay, if price starts to go up, you should know exactly why price is moving up, right? Now, in the same way, if this current candle closes back within this range, then this move up would be a fake out, and there's going to be a high probability that price will continue moving down, probably break this, and maybe go down as well. But if we see a price coming back in this range, we'll look for a support to be formed for price to continue moving up. And let's measure this range here. This is a pretty good 22, 21, 22 pip range, even with this one over here, like 20 pip range. So yeah, let's just wait and see what happens, right? At this point, we just have to wait for candles to form in a way which we are familiar with. That's the key. Always wait for candles to form that you are familiar with. Right now, I'm not familiar with this at all. So I'm probably going to wait for, something to happen. All right, so let's just clone these areas on the 30-minute time frame. Clone it. Go to the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, 30 minutes kind of like the same deal here, man. Yeah, we need to close above this area to continue going up. I guess if we form support over here, I think this is also like good range here, 13, 14 pips. If we form a support right over here, I think it's going to be a good opportunity to take a buy as well. Where would you put your stop loss? How many pips above below previous candle? Well, Abram BIG. Right now, we have no idea where to put the stop loss because we're not in the trade. So it makes logically no sense to think about where the stop loss is going to go or how many pips above or below the candle is going to be, because the candle hasn't formed yet, right? So we have to wait for the candle to form so that we know where the stop is going to go. All right, the 30-minute candle is closing in very soon here. 30-minute candle is coming to a close. And if this candle is closing back in the range, I think this is going to be a good opportunity for price to continue moving bearish. In 3, 2, 1, there we go. 30-minute candle has closed. 30-minute candle has closed back in this range. So now this is going to be, now when you look on the let's say, okay, let's take a look on the 15-minute, right? 15-minute kind of look kind of like messy, but looking on the 1 hour, we know that, okay, this was a fake out. So whenever there's a fake out, there's a 70% chance that if price could not break up after trying, there's a very, very high chance it will continue down to the opposite side of the range. And then there's a less higher chance that it will break right through this range. So we're going to try to attempt to see where our stop is going to be, because we want the stops to be pretty good, right? So let's take a look on the 15-minute right here. So actually, let's take a look on the 30-minute here. So if we have our stops above the 30-minute candle, this is going to be 13 pips. And if we go down, this is going to be like 14 pips. Looking on the 15-minute time frame, I guess we'll need some sort of a retracement up to maybe like the 15-minute candle and probably then execute a sell. I think this is going to be a good idea here. So we're gonna use total 3%. So I'm gonna add risk as price, as we get more and more confirmation. So this is gonna be like 10 pips, gonna add one risk over here, added 1%, and now I need to add the rest of the 2%. So probably gonna wait over here. The 1 hour candle is also coming down to a close. The only confirmation right now we have is on the 30 minute. 30 minute is the only confirmation we have right now at this point, because the 30-minute candle closed back in the range, and that's the only confirmation we got, which is why I used a lower risk at this point. Um, let's take a look on the 15-minute. Ooh, wow, look at that, man. Coming down nice. This candle is also about to close over here. And in 3, 2, oh, come on. 3 to 1, candle close, 15-minute candle close, 30-minute candle close like a doji candle, right? 30-minute candle close like a doji candle. You know what this means? This means that this candle was a write-off. You know, nothing happened within this time frame. So if nothing happened within this time frame, you know, then this maybe it creates. So basically, what's happening is 30-minute candle made a low right over here, made a low right over here, and then it made a lower low, lower high, and it made a lower low. You know, so I think we're still pretty good. Now, if we look on the 1 hour time frame, looking at the 1 hour closed back in the range. I think on the retracement on this 1 hour candle, I think we can add another risk as it retraces, if it retraces. You know, if it retraces, that's going to be the only point for me to, you know, maybe add another position there. But we're basically targeting this area down here at 122, 180. That's the area we're targeting. So this 30-minute candle is about to close. Let's take a look on the 30-minute. 30 minutes still over here. In the 15-minute, is it a good signal to have the last candle below the previous candle as retracement? Yeah, see, so in the 15-minute, we're kind of like ranging here as well. You know, um, ooh, yeah, look at that. Now 15-minute candle is trying to go up. 30-minute candle also closed. 30-minute candle closed bullish, right? 30-minute candle closed bullish at this point. So since the 30-minute candle closed bullish and we only have 1% running at this time, I think we're going to close half once this 30-minute candle breaks the high of this area right over here. You know, we're going to close half because we want price to kind of like reject that. Oh, okay, we broke over here. So probably going to um, close partials, close half right at this point. Um, yeah, close half right at this point. So now what we've done is we've essentially, someone is saying add more. Well, I don't know how you want to add more positions when candles are going bullish. I think we shouldn't do that. So since the candles are going bullish against us, this is where I reduced my risk. I took some risk off the table. You know, so now we're going to wait for this candle to do what it has to do. So the 1 hour hasn't closed yet. Yes, Josh, I know the 1 hour candle hasn't closed yet, but the 30-minute, like the smaller time frames will eventually create the higher time frames. This is really, really, really important. You know, even though the price can go our way, but we have to see what's going on over here. What if the 30-minute candle keeps heading up? You know, what if, because you always have to think about, I know, you know, some people, they want to think that, okay, you know, price will go in profits and the money they can make, that's awesome. But you always have to think about what's your risk? What are you doing to reduce your risk? You always have to think about what if price goes against you, what are you doing at this point? If this 30-minute candle is closing bullish, nothing tells me that this 30-minute candle will close bullish or bearish. There's nothing that really tells me that. You know, so I'm going to reduce risk over here, and then with more confirmations, we might be able to add more positions. Did that candle really move in 10 pips? If it did, could have looked to close partials instead. No, I think I got late to close partials. See, this candle is coming to a close, and this candle needs to close bearish, right? See that? Perfect. So now we're coming down to close bearish. Oh, sometimes you got losses before candles close, or just like 5 pips. No, I mean, Yaka, I just said that if we break above here, I'll close. And that's where I closed. There's no set formula, basically. All right. 30-minute candle close, 30-minute candle close with no wick at the bottom. If you look on the 1 hour candle, 1 hour candle closed like a small bearish candle, looking at 15 minutes like this. So now, I guess once we break these lows, that's where we can add more positions to the trade. So basically, maybe I'm going to trail my stop over here, trail my stop down over here. So this is now you're managing your trade. You know, you're essentially just managing your trade. Maybe keep it a little bit higher over here. But really looking forward to enter positions once we break the low of the 30-minute. A new support has been formed? Yes. But the overall bias is still bearish based on the 1 hour time frame because we still closed below this area. You have this 1 hour candle also closing. Let me just, oh man, where's my pen? We have this 1 hour candle also closing below this area. We have this 1 hour candle kind of like a retracing. You know, a good aggressive entry could be taking an entry at this point and having the stop above the previous 1 hour candle, anticipating this candle to continue moving down. A safe conservative entry is going to be when you wait for the break of the low on the 30-minute time frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a aggressive entry here, something I did this week. It's going to be like a 5 pip stop over here. And we're gonna, yeah, so keep the stops the same above the high of the previous 1 hour candle. So yeah, so now we're just gonna wait for the 30-minute to break the low over here. Once we break the low, I guess that's the point where we can add the other 1% and having the stops above the 30-minute candle if it breaks below. So yeah, 30-minute candle is about to close in 7 minutes, in 5 minutes. And it's closing. Oh, all right. So see, so we've broken the low over here. I think this is going to be a position right over. Okay, awesome. See, we've broken the low here. So this is a point we could take another sell with having a 7 pip stop here. Let's do like 8. And yeah, perfect. Having the stops above the previous 30-minute candle, maybe modified these stop losses, bring them down over here as well. So this is like you're effectively managing the trade at this point. Yeah, and that's it. You got 10 pips on one position right over here. I'm gonna close this one and let the rest one run. Maybe put stops at break even on one of them. And that's it. Now when we look on the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour is actually moving. It should continue down towards the support. So see now, we broke down the 1 hour candle into smaller time frame candles. So that's basically just by trying to read what the candles are doing. So yeah, pretty good. This candle is about to come to close. Maybe put stops at break even on both positions and yeah, just like let it run. You know, so at this point, you know, maybe if we seriously focus on 30-minute candles now. Well, we focus on all time frames. It's not that we only focus on 30-minute or we only focused on 15-minute or we only focus on 1 hour. You're looking at all time frames. All the time frames, they combine together and beautifully they create the overall higher time frame. You gotta look at all the time frames there for you. So now at this point, we're going to the gym and this and that and go to the next bar. Ooh, nice. We're coming way down over here. Perfect. What's this? If we see something happening like this, could we manage it throughout the whole morning until it moves, even if it passes our trading time? No, because if we look, the trading time is ended right over here. So probably going to close positions here. And yeah, that's it. And leave the rest running till, you know, New York close. So New York close is going to be probably at 3 p.m. This is 10 a.m. right now, 11, 12, 1, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. you come back to the charts and you're like, oh, wow, okay, this thing continued to drop. And then you just close the trade. You post it on Instagram and everyone goes crazy. And yeah, so that was the trade there. Um, I'm noticing I'm noticing that price is still within a range. Are we taking sells within this range because of the fake out? No, because my trading time ended, so I can't take sells when the trading time is ended, right? I gotta respect that trading time at that point too. So if we're looking at the 30-minute, I think sells could have been good once we broke this low over here and price continued to move down. But what I want everyone to focus on after this session is done, to focus on the fake out. Focus on how we broke down the 4 hour and the 1 hour into smaller 30-minute and 15-minute. You know, focus on those things. So eventually it's continued moving down. It is what it is. I mean, didn't really expect it to continue moving down this much. Oh wow, man. Just continue moving down over there. All right, whatever. So let's go down to the next session here. So this is 10 a.m. This is 3 a.m. actually. London Open 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6 a.m. Eastern. Right now we are at 6 a.m. Eastern, and if we look on the weekly, weekly has come bearish all the way down to the support we have. Looking at the daily, daily, oh wow, daily came down all the way. Now looking at the daily, man, daily has this support right at this point down over here. And it's kind of like tapping in somewhere. It also broke below this support. It kind of did like a retest to continue down. Let's take a look on the 4 hour, right? 4 hour had um, 4 hour had this support right here on the left hand side, and kind of seems like it's rejecting some area to the left to do some sort of a retest to continue moving down. I think that's something we can look out for. What's this? Which idea is correct? The small time frame dictates the higher time frame, or the high time frame will guide what small time frame will do? The high time frame will kind of tell you where price may go. The small time frames will give you those confirmation for entries. So you'll have to watch that part again. All right, so let's take a look on the 1 hour here. A 1 hour kind of like, like kind of like drop down, and it's basically it's trying to range, right? That's what the 1 hour is doing. We have a support down over here. We have some sort of a resistance up over here, right? So we have this resistance. Let's just copy this over to the 30-minute time frame. We have another like kind of like area here, which is in it's a 17 pip range. I guess if you can get a candle closing over there, we could take a trade going up there, right? So let's look on the 30-minute. Going down to the 30-minute. 30-minute is closing with no wick at the top. So basically at this point, I would want to see price create a support at the time and then continue moving up to this area here. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good thing to look out for price to create some sort of a support. But if it closes back in the range, then there's going to be high probability price is going to continue down over here, just like the same trade we took previously. So yeah, we're waiting again. We're waiting. We're waiting for price to do something that we like and then maybe execute on it. So this candle is about to close in 5 minutes. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Candle closed bearish. Candle closed bearish, right? But it also closed above, like it closed at this level. We can't take a sell because the candle did not close below resistance. We can't take a buy because the candle closed bearish, right? For us to take a buy, we need the candle close bullish. Even the 15-minute close like a small bullish candle, so it's like a very, very weak confirmation. So we're gonna wait for the 30-minute over here now. We're going to wait for the next 30-minute candle. When the candle breaks the high, take a buy. Yes, I think we can do that. That's a very good observation coming in for Shohib. I think this is going to be an area where you can take a buy once we break the high over here and anticipate price to continue moving up to this range. So that's correct. So let it break the high a little bit, and then we're going to take it. Oh, there we go. So our stop is going to be below the 30-minute candle, which is going to be around 8 pips. Let's do 2%. We're going to go in with 2%, take a buy, and yeah, let it run. The 15-minute candle has closed. 15-minute candle closed bullish. Now we want this 15-minute candle to continue moving bullish. The only thing worried is about this area right over here. So we're going to wait and see how this forms on the 30-minute candle. So if the 30-minute candle comes down, I guess we'll have to minimize our stop over here. So looking at the 15-minute candles, 15-minute candles are closing bullish pretty soon. Oh, let's take a look at this 15-minute candle. This 15-minute candle is coming down. We don't want it to, okay, see the 15-minute candle closed bearish, right? 15-minute candle closed bearish, and this is the point where I'm going to close 50% off my position, because I wanted this candle to close bullish on the 15-minute. We took this on the 30-minute time frame, so 30-minute candle closed bullish, but kind of like respecting support, kind of like a small bullish candle here as well. So it's better to be safe to reduce risk and then add positions later on, just like we did on the previous trade. So yeah. Oh, seems kind of, I don't know, man. See now, the thing is, if you look on the time, the 1 hour candle broke the high in the first 9 minutes, and the 1 hour candle hasn't really made a low over here. This is why it's keeping me away from entering a trade because it broke the high in the first, like 5 to 10 minutes. Whenever candles break the high or the lows in the first 5 to 10 minutes, there's a bit of a chance that it may go the opposite way. So for that reason, I'm going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close and see how it closes. We're closing pretty soon. 15-minute candle closed bullish. The 30-minute candle is also like this. Probably gonna, yeah, I'm not too comfortable in adding a position over here. Oh wow, we're rejecting. We're rejecting. If this 15-minute candle breaks the low of the previous 15, okay, now you see, now we're ranging over here. Now you see the candle sizes are becoming smaller and smaller. So this is where you're like really managing your trade. Now you look at this. This had a very, very high volume candle, but no wick on the top. Next candle closed bearish. There was nothing. This candle broke the high of the previous candle. We took a trade. And then the next 30-minute candle, it closed with a small body, which means now there's less volume in the market for buying right now. The volume is kind of like dying because the bullish candles are becoming smaller and smaller. So what do we need to do? I think I need to close down another 50% of my position, really lower down my risk, It's because we want, oh wow, look at that. Yeah, now at this time, I'm just going to close the trade. Who wants to close the trade? Who wants to leave it open? Yeah, just close it. I mean, see, so we really reduced risk at that trade. If you look on the 1 hour is also going bearish. Yeah, it is like, yeah. So now what we're going to do is, now since our bias was buys, now we're not going to change. Now if this candle closes back in the range, let's say on the 1 hour, if we close back in the range, we're not going to change our bias. We're going to keep the same bias, and that bias is for buys. So basically, we're going to look for another opportunity to take buys if it happens. So if the okay, so Zara said it right. So if the candle closes back in the range, then it's a fake out. And there's a high probability for candle to continue down. And okay, candle closed like this. Looking on the 30-minute candle, 30-minute candle like also kind of closed back in the range. 4-hour candle is also forming like this, but it hasn't closed yet. Let's take a look at news over here. We have, we got ADP. Oh, this is NFP time. We got ADP news coming in. Yeah, I'm not trying to take a trade over here. We have ADP coming on. So ADP kind of like spikes, pairs hand there, so we're just gonna chill. Raja, after that big move down, maybe now we might have some sort of consolidation. Yes. Yes, so we want a candle closing bullish in this area for us to take a trade. Oh, wow. See, this is the news time here. You see that spike down? That was news. That was news. This is all news happening right now. So this is where you just tie your hands to your seat or you put your hands under your ass and you just wait. Because, man, you just gotta wait for this 30-minute candle to close now. If this 30-minute candle closes bullish, I think that's going to be a good opportunity to take a buy position. If the 30-minute candle closes bullish, because then that's going to be a second chance we're going to be giving. And is it NY open? Yes, it's NY open, but we got no opportunity. Okay, so this candle is about to close. All right, there we go. 30-minute candle has closed bullish. 1-hour candle is also bullish. I think we can give this trade a second chance. Keep our stops like around 10 pips. Put it at 10 pips. Let's do, since we already took one trade at 2%, so this is going to be a second trade at 2%. So we're going to take a buy. And yeah, would you want the candle to close bullish above that minor resistance? Like since there's volume in the market and since it's also rejecting the areas here, I think with this volume we can break this minor resistance and continue moving bullish. Let's take a look on the 15-minute here. Ooh, 15-minute has closed bearish. Okay, so we want this 15-minute to, okay, so as this 15-minute is breaking the low of the previous 15-minute candle, this is where I might want to close out the 50% of my position over here, reduce some risk, and then let the rest run. No, we just reduce risk. There's no, oh, got stopped out. Oh, 30-minute broke the low. The 1 hour broke the low. Yeah. So we gave our buyers two chances, and it didn't really work. Um, Holy, what's going on over here? We're breaking up. 15-minute candles. See, 15-minute candles are closing above this area here. 30-minute candle is about to close. 30-minute candle is closing in 3, 2, 1. 30-minute candles also closed above this. See now, the 30-minute candles, yeah, the market makers are watching me on a Saturday right now, outside my window. See, the 30-minute candle closed above support, closed above support. This candle went way down below support and closed above support. So now, I mean, I don't know. It's still closing above support, but then there's this minor resistance. I think a good opportunity would be as this candle breaks the high of the previous one, it should continue moving bullish. But we already gave our trade two chances, and it is what it is. Just can't change anything about it. Should we wait for the candle on which we enter on high time frame to make a lower wick to get better positions? Yes, but sometimes plus it gives confirmation in the lower time frames. Yes, if only we are as careful and could justify why we should, yeah, why we should take the trade. See, so this 30-minute candle, now it's broken the high of this candle. So now this is where I'm going to go into a paper trade. I'm not necessarily going to execute the trade, but this is going to be a paper trade to say that, okay, if it's breaking the high over here, it should respect this low and continue moving bullish. And this is what goes in my notebooks. This is what goes in my journal. Okay, this happened, maybe it was the third time, but it is what it is. Oh, wow, okay, we did continue on to fill that range. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. So awesome. Let's go to the next. Oh, wow. Okay. So we came up. See, we came up. We came up to this consolidation area. We rejected it. Candle closed bearish, and now it is what it is. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hours forming like this. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to the next session over here. So we basically just did nothing, just ranging. Wow, man, this is some crazy range. Nasty. Nasty, nasty range till London open. This is London open right now. This is 3 a.m. 4, 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern and just garbage range. Like, what do you do in this garbage range? Wow. Crazy. Yeah, so this is our trade. This is our range right over here, man. So now we're just ranging and we are waiting for price to break out of this range so that we can take a trade. Basically, that's all what's happening right over here. So at this point, we're not looking at price to break the high or the lows. We're waiting for price to break and close below support resistance. This is where a lot of people get caught up, like price is ranging, they wait for the candle to break the high, they take a buy and price comes back down. They're like, oh man. Or they wait for price to break the low, they take a sell and price goes back in. They're like, oh man. So we got to reduce that oh man feeling, So you don't got to say oh man, you got to say yes. So for order for you to say yes, you have to wait for candle to break and close above this resistance right over here, or break and close above this support right over here. So since price is moving here, let's just lower down the speed and let's take a look on the daily. Daily is looking like it could go bearish, right? Because we got with this wick to fill and needs to respect this high over here. Looking on the 4 hour, 4 hour is ranging, right? We got this resistance on the 4 hour and we got this support on the 4 hour. So if someone was to take a trade based on the daily, it would make no sense because the 4 hour is ranging right now, so we don't know where it's going to go. Even the 1 hour is ranging, and this is NY open right now. NY open, and all we have is range, and yeah, it's just ranging, man. It just gets very tricky, extremely tricky. Let's look at a 30-minute. 30 minutes also ranging. All right, this is 9 a.m. Oh, look at that. We're breaking down. Breaking downtown. See, we're breaking the lows. This does not mean you should take a sell. You need price to break and close below or break and close above. That's the only reason, I mean, you can potentially take a trade. Like right now, there's nothing. Look at this 30-minute candle closed, 30-minute candle closed at support. It broke below, but it closed above. So this is a nasty range. This is waiting. So we waited 6 hours, man. No, not 6 hours, 3.5 hours. We waited 3.5 hours and nothing. Nothing. There was no trade today on this pair. No trade. Let's go to next hour. No trade. No trade. It's Thursday. Yep, it's Thursday. Um, no trade. No trade. No trade. No trade. No trade. Nothing. Nothing at all. Holy man. What is going on over here? This is Asian Open, man. Asian Open, nothing. It's like the market is closed. Oh, was it a US holiday? Yes, NFP week 2. We got NFP coming in. They're expecting really, really, really good numbers. All right, this will be interesting. Okay, wow, man, nothing, nothing. Moving on to London Open. This is London Open, absolutely nothing. Oh, we have a break up over here at London Open. This is 4 a.m., 5 a.m., back down. 5 a.m., back down. And then, this is where when I wake up in New York session and people send me charts, they're like, hey man, candle broke up over here. I took a buy over here and I got stopped out, man. What should I do? And I'm like, it is what it is. I mean, the probability was there for this candle to go up, but it didn't. It came back down. As I've noticed before, GJ sometimes gives confirmations when our closes back in, makes a liquidity wick. Is there some candle formation to focus on regarding this? No, it's just like you have to wait for candles to close bullish. If you're waiting for this candle to make a liquidity wick and then continue up, you're waiting for the 30-minute candle to basically close a bullish candle, because that's going to give you some sort of a confirmation. So this is what 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It will be strong bearish trend. I have no idea. I have no idea. Price is ranging. It's been ranging for the whole 24 hours here, so I have no idea whether it's going to be bullish or bearish. Looking at the daily candle closed like this. It closed under this resistance area. It's forming a support down over here. 4 hour is ranging. There's nothing to do on the 4 hour. Looking at the 1 hour, 1 hour is also ranging. So we're probably gonna wait for price to kind of like break up or break down, man. I mean, there's absolutely nothing we can do right now. We're just waiting. You know, I mean, if we close bullish, then there's a opportunity for price to continue moving up. But if not, then I don't know. This candle is closing. We just got to get out of this range. This is a nasty range. Nasty range, man. All right, there we go. Candle has closed bullish. Yeah, so this is a barcode. If you print this barcode right over here, you take it to Walmart, they might be able to scan something on it. But so far, nothing. Yeah, so far it gets pretty tricky. Let's take a look on the 30-minute. 30-minute is actually making some sort of. So since we're looking at times of volume, right? Price only breaks in times of volume. So this is pre-NY. So if pre-NY, if it's making some sort of support, it should continue moving up if it's creating a support, but it's still in this range, so we gotta wait over here. If we close bullish above the range, can we consider that a break and retest? Yes. Yes, exactly. You can consider that a break and a retest. And that's something I'm looking at over here too. Um, yeah, I basically just want to see a 30-minute candle closing bullish. Because if we can see a 30-minute candle closing bullish, then we can anticipate the volume in this session to continue price bullish. So this candle is coming down to a close over here in 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and there we go. Candle closed like a shitty doji candle. This 1 hour candle also closing like this. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait over here now. We will have to wait. There's no trade at this point. If we break below here and we close bearish, then I guess we can continue moving down maybe over here, but it's so messy, man. So messy. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. So if we move up on the, this is Friday, by the way, right? If we move up on the 4 hour, we have all this clean traffic here for price to cover. You know, if we break down, I guess we'll have to look for sales below 121,560 for price to continue down to possibly fill this wick, or maybe break above to continue up over here. So let's just wait and see how this candle closes. It's pretty tricky, man. A lot of waiting over here. There's no trade right now. 15 minutes, kind of like that as well. Oh wow, look at that. This candle's really trying to move here now. What a break. There was no confirmation at all. This is it. This is the 1 hour candle right over here. This is a 30-minute candle right over here. I guess we've broken. We should be moving up at this point. Yeah, we should be moving up at this point. Just need some sort of confirmation here. Some sort of a confirmation, any confirmation, even on the 15-minute, looking for basically supports to be formed. You know, when there's a lot of volume in the market, you're looking for supports to be formed. So if 15-minute rejects this area, respects it, I think it's going to be a good opportunity for price to continue up. Let's take a buy position with stop loss below the 1 hour candle. Yeah, that could work, but then we got NFP coming in 15 minutes. So it's kind of like going to be a good idea to kind of like wait for NFP. Actually, since it's going to be a last trade here, I think we might be able to do that. Yeah, we might be able to do that. So if this is going to be a last trade, if price comes down, then I'm going to take a buy position. So let's do that as 10% risk. Actually, let's do that at 20% risk with a 10 pip stop. Yeah, we'll do that. NFP is coming in 3, 2, 1. Boom. NFP, come on. It's NFP time. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that retracement. Look at the way it's moving over there. Wow. 30-minute candle started and it just went bullish. The 30-minute candle. There's no entry. Even if you take a buy and having stopped below the 1 hour candle, it's just going to be pretty big. It's going to be huge, man. This candle is just like twitching. So scary right now. 4 hour. The good thing is 4 hour has broken the high of the previous 4 hour candle. That's the only good thing. Yeah, I guess that was it. Looks like we're not going to come down over here anytime soon. Looks like it's just going to continue on moving bullish. This would probably be a no trading day for me. Yeah, probably no trading day. Like someone mentioned, have to stop below the 1 hour candle. Now it's just going to be way too big. Yeah, so oh, looks like we're coming down over here a little bit. Probably not. No. So this is the start of the new 15-minute candle. 15-minute candle is, it is what it is. A bit confusing, those candles for me. Yeah, a bit confusing, these candles for me as well. I mean, this was NFP, wanted to take a buy, but at the same time wasn't really sure, you know. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, you said it right. It's always confusing after big news. After big news, it's a big old confusion. Wow, crazy move up there. Well, looks like we only took what? 3 trades. Man, I just killed a big ass fly in my room. There was a big fly in my office. I killed it with the Market Fluidity mouse pad. Serves as a cleaner and a killer. All right, 4 hours right over here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is it. Um, This is it. So we took what? Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at the history here. We took around history time. All right, so we took 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. Pretty good. Realized profit is 11%. I think 10%, 11% a week is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Gross loss, $34. Win, like $149. Largest profit trade, $61. Massive fake out. Wow, man. Massive, massive rejection. That's some crazy, crazy manipulation. Look at that move. Wow. Went up straight like, 17, 18. If this was GJ, this would have been like 30, 40 pips. And this is Freaky Friday. Freaky, Freaky Friday. Things aren't going my way. All right, everybody. This was the end of the simulation here. Everyone, so this was recorded. The recording is going to be up in the database in about 2 or 3 hours. Um, so yeah, some people who are confused about risk management, please, please, please watch the Risk Management 2.0 and Risk Management 3.0. It's really important for you to understand those dynamic risk concepts. Really, really important. So take care, everyone. We'll see you Monday morning at the New York session, and have a great, great weekend.